virus Omicron. Falcon hates puns and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello.
Yeah, how's it going?
Doing all right for a Monday.
For a Monday.
Yes.
Mondays are the worst, is what I've been told.
It's, I don't know, it's not too bad, but it's the worst of all the weekdays, so I think that's how it gets its reputation for people who work Monday through Friday and have a stable schedule that way.
Fair enough.
What is your Monday?
My Monday is Friday.
That polar opposites. A direct opposition to everybody who has a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you go around talking bad about Friday, you're going to start some fights. You will get punched in the nose, good sir.
No, I'm not talking bad about Friday. I'd talk bad about Thursday.
Oh.
Thursday's my Monday. Because it's a
I thought you
2-day
said
weekend.
Friday was your Monday.
No, Monday is my Friday. So on Monday, I then have the following 2 days off. As it is my quote-unquote Friday.
Oh, Monday is your Friday, not Friday is your Monday.
No.
Okay, got it. This feels like some test from high school that we're doing right now, but I got it. I think I got it. I got there eventually. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Anyway, how's your day? How are things?
Things are okay. I've just been at home doing pretty much nothing all day.
That sounds wonderful.
Playing some Destiny, reading some books.
Oh, what are you reading?
I'm reading the tabletop role-playing game Blades in the Dark.
Wait, you're reading an RPG?
Yeah, because you got to read the rules.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
It's nothing like Dungeons and Dragons, other than the fact that it's also a tabletop RPG. So, because I'm not even remotely familiar with how it works, I'm just like reading through the book, start to finish, to see what's what.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I gotta admit, when you said I'm reading books, I did not imagine that it was a RPG rule book
Well,
you were reading, but fair play.
I mean, it's a physical book that I bought.
Yeah, it's got pages and everything, I bet.
Yeah, and pictures too, man. The pictures are great.
Oh, good art? Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, yeah, lots of RPG stuff comes with good art to invoke images of how the game should feel and stuff. Yeah,
Imagination needs some help sometimes.
sometimes. Yeah.
It's true. I was actually talking in the Discord server with, who was it? Somebody who was at BlizzCon last year, and she got a can of the whatever Alliance beer signed by Chris Metzen.
Okay.
And I was like, dang, I hadn't thought about this before. I don't usually go after autographs, like, at all, right? I don't care about autographs from people.
Right.
But I was like, of all the people, at Blizzard especially, I'd honestly think I would want Chris Metzen's autograph out of anybody else's.
Okay.
Like, his art is just amazing. I remember one of the first things that really sucked me into Warcraft 2 was just the instruction booklet and the art that was contained. It was just great. It's really good stuff. He's just really talented. He does that same thing where he evokes imagination, especially back in 1995 when, again, video game graphics weren't fantastic. He was able to kind of lend some of his own artistic ability to help the game come to life more,
Right. Back in
Anyway.
times where the average GPU is not as powerful as someone's brain.
Yeah, the average time when, honestly, I don't think we even had anything but the integrated GPU. Like, we're just running off the integrated stuff, man. I'm trying to remember the first time we got a discrete graphics card. Because we didn't do the Voodoo thing. I remember people talking about it, but we couldn't afford it because those were expensive, man. God, it was probably not until like 99 or so. I think that we got our first straight up graphics card. It's been just chasing the dragon ever since, trying to always, stay on top of that. But
Right. Yeah. I know that feeling.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my housemate was came in from work, sat down, started turning on his computer, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, one of my SSDs died." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Yeah."
Really? How old was it?
Pretty old.
I mean,
Not
5 years
necessarily.
or like
No, it might
15
have been. It
years?
might have been the hard drive that he was talking about.
Spinny. Okay.
Yes,
That I
the,
can
the
understand.
spinny ones. Yeah.
Okay.
But he was like, because he was looking to like start replacing them. He was like, "Do you need anything while we auto save on shipping, stuff like that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I don't think so." And I pulled open just like my computer, like the document browser kind of thing, and went to my SSD RAID config and just opened it up to show what hardware I had in it, and it reads as Samsung SSD 950 Pro 256 gigabytes, right?
Okay.
But my total capacity is like 1.2 terabytes.
What? Right. Okay. Yeah.
Right? Which,
Right.
okay, but no. It's 2.6 terabytes. My apologies.
Oh.
Which is a
I'll
lot.
never forgive you for that. Okay.
No, but it's important because the way that reads is that I have 11 drives in RAID in my PC. That 256 gigs. So it thinks I have 11 drives, but I don't.
I was gonna say, I don't think you do.
No.
I don't recall that coming up in conversation. You have a ridiculously huge SSD RAID configured in your PC.
No, I don't. I have three.
Nice.
Three 1 terabytes, and then the redundancy is the like 0.4 terabyte that's missing.
Yeah.
What it actually does is when you open up the properties for each of the drives, it lists all the drives, not just the drive that you opened. So the 256 gigabyte is just my M.2 SATA, right?
Right.
NVMe or whatever. So we cleared it up. My computer doesn't think I have 11 drives in it. But, yeah. I forget where I was going with this.
Very strange, though. Well, you were just saying chasing the dragon, staying
Yes.
ahead of hard drive failures and
Yes.
the better video cards and whatnot.
Yes, I know. I'm just glad none of my drives have failed or anything yet. So
Yeah, that's a good thing about SSDs is no moving parts. I mean, a lot of what fails in the world in general is stuff that moves a lot.
Yes.
Is prone to failure. So if you have something that doesn't move, harder for it to die. Not impossible, but yeah, SSDs are pretty cool that way.
yeah.
Yeah, faster and more reliable. What a nice innovation. That might honestly be the biggest innovation in, like, at least PC gaming for a long time, is just the SSD.
Quite probably.
I mean, yeah, I just to this day, if you're in a discussion, like on Reddit or something, and somebody's like, you know, how can I improve my performance on my PC? A lot of people are like, well, what do you have? And it's like, you're running Windows off of your spinny hard drive. Get an SSD, and that will increase loading times across the board for everything that you're doing, and you'll be much happier with it. And that will probably do more to improve your performance and experience than anything else you can do, any one thing you can do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching recently a lot of Linus Tech Tips, but it makes me want to like start preparing and do something crazy for my next upgrade. Like I saw they did a mineral oil cooled PC, which is
I was going to say, yeah, something like that. Water
yeah.
cooled.
Well, I mean, my computer is not currently water cooled as it is.
Yes. But not mineral oil cooled.
Mineral oil cooled is where you take the entire computer. This is where you don't want a hard drive because it spins and it'll fill up. But you put it in a like a fish tank, and then you fill the entire thing, covering all the parts with mineral oil, which is non-iodized and doesn't short the things.
Who was the madman that had this idea? He was like, it would be cool if we had a fish tank. We filled it with mineral oil and put a PC in there, and everybody's like, dude, Tom, what have you been smoking, bro?
But it works, and I mean, it looks really cool.
I imagine it does. I'm gonna look for some photos.
I'm gonna send you a link to. Why can't I find like the playlist link? Because it's like 6 episodes, or 4 maybe.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of photos here. Somebody has a skull in the aquarium with theirs. This one has a little submarine in there. Little pineapple under the sea from SpongeBob.
It's great.
These are good.
But yeah, you like completely submerge motherboard, SSDs, graphics card, power supply. It's great. But
Are the fans okay?
yeah, the fans work because mineral oil is a lubricant. So them spinning and not needing to read anything, like if it's reading, it would be a problem, right? Like in a hard drive.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not going to harm the fans all that much. They don't need to
What do you
work as
mean,
hard because
all that much? What does that mean, all that much?
Well, as in it might like slow them some, but it
Yeah,
won't.
yeah, yeah. But
like-
you have the natural cooling anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah, okay. And spinning slower is probably better for it over the long run.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, moving slower is better than moving faster for longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these are super cool. Well, now I'm inspired too. Good job.
Yeah. Although the problem is a lot of people like when they're like, all right, time to upgrade my graphics card, they just take the old one and they might sell it on eBay to get some of their money back.
Uh-huh.
If you do a mineral oil PC, you have to let these things drip dry for months.
Months? Really?
Like
Not
weeks
just,
to
like,
months.
a
Yeah.
weekend?
No, it's like weeks.
Oh, wow.
Because
Okay, so
it's filled with oil, man.
yeah, no, I get it, but like, it seems like a really long time.
It
It's
is.
all good.
Hmm.
It is all good. Anyway, cool stuff.
I get it because we're talking about cooling PCs. Good one.
Yes, definitely intentional dad joke there. You know me, always doing the dad jokes.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite.
Oh, love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, over the weekend, I watched Joker, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it beforehand, and sometimes you like to really go over movies on the podcast and discuss them in depth. And so I watched it, and if it was amazing, I would have told Samacron to watch it. We probably would have delayed recording this and would have had a more in-depth discussion on it. But I was like, this is good, but not like must watch, I believe is how I would categorize it.
Right.
So I just really quick want to give kind of some spoilery thoughts on it, just some stuff that made me think.
Okay.
All right, so number one, it definitely takes from The Killing Joke, in that the Joker is telling his origin story, and at the end he says, I don't know, that may be what's happened. I have so many different versions of what happened to me. I don't know which one's true anymore. I prefer my past to be multiple choice. Have you seen this panel?
No.
Nope. That's
Nope.
a no. You're like trying to remember.
No. Yeah, that's favorable. Let's say I'm trying to remember. Not I tuned out.
Oh, that's what happened. All right, cool. Here, let me send you an image real quick.
Is Batman in the movie?
Sort of.
Sort of. Okay.
Well, 7-year-old Bruce Wayne is.
Okay.
So I'll get to that point in a second here. But, so this thing I just sent over Discord, blah, blah, blah. Something happened to me. I'm not sure what it was. I remember it this way sometimes and sometimes another way. And if I'm going to have a pass, I prefer it to be multiple choice. Ha, ha, ha. Right?
Right.
So that's what's going on here with Joker. Joaquin Phoenix does a fantastic job portraying somebody who is obviously mentally disturbed. Doesn't necessarily have a propensity to violence, but kind of gets dragged into it over the course of the movie, which I thought was interesting. But there are a lot of things in the film that point to it being kind of his interpretation of what happened, not so much what factually happened over the course of his life or the course of the last couple months of his life, right?
Right.
So that stuff's going on. I just don't appreciate it. I mean, I understand that the concept of the Joker having a nebulous past is part of what makes him who he is. And I'm okay with us recognizing that. In The Dark Knight, you might remember Heath Ledger's Joker does this thing where he tells little origin stories of where he got his scars, and that's always different. And it's just enough time spent on it to where you're like, okay, this guy's past. Maybe he doesn't even know what it is, and that makes him kind of a scary character. But that's all the time I think we should spend on it. I don't want to watch a whole movie where it's like, this was a hallucination by an extremely disturbed man. Thank you for paying your $10. Have a nice day. I'd rather not do that. I think we've talked about it on the pod before. I don't like watching stuff that is dream sequence or fantasy or something that didn't really happen. I don't want that experience.
What was it? The TV show Veronica Mars, where it's like the end of the season and it's just like, oh, it was all a dream.
Did Veronica Mars do that?
I think it was no Life on Mars. It might have been.
Oh, yes. Life on Mars.
Mars,
Thank you.
yeah.
Significantly different TV shows.
Yes, both including the word Mars.
Yes, that's about the only similarity they have. Yeah, Life on Mars is like everything you've been watching for this entire season of TV was a dream. Thanks for spending your time with us. Bye. Like, no! Twin Peaks did that? No. Saint Elsewhere, something. Some 80s show did the same thing where, oh, our entire show was taking the place in the imagination of a young boy in a snow globe. It's like, this is dumb. So I don't like that part of it. So that was annoying. But I mean, again, Joaquin's performance is fantastic. Everybody's acting is really good. Basically, this is kind of a concept to where the Joker creates Batman. Whereas other versions of the story, Batman creates the Joker, right? Batman starts dressing up as a bat and beating up villains, and then that kind of insanity spawns the Joker. I prefer that version to this one, where the Joker kind of rises to power, creates the instability in Gotham that leads to Thomas and Martha Wayne getting killed. And then eventually leading to Batman, 15 years later. But it's okay. It was an interesting reversal that way. And I know that the Jack Nicholson Joker is the person that killed Martha and Thomas Wayne in one of Tim Burton's Batmans back in the 80s. But he wasn't the Joker yet. He was just a dude. And then Batman creates him. Anyway. So that was cool. What I didn't really like about it is I kind of always feel like the Joker is someone who has charisma and has the ability to lead others, even though he is insane, and he does have a plan, even if sometimes he insists he doesn't. And this version of the Joker, again, with Phoenix, he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't know what he's doing. He falls completely backwards into this role of being a symbol of civil unrest and, like, rising up against the elites. He doesn't really believe in it necessarily, but he does some stuff that gets misinterpreted and then gets citywide, and these riots happen, and everybody sees him as the reason for it. But, yeah, I mean, basically, at the end of the movie, he is recognized as the leader of this movement, and that's it. Again, whether or not this happened, I don't know, because the movie works very hard to make him into an unreliable narrator. But what I imagine about this version of the Joker is that he kind of falls into this. He gets killed within about a month. And then the Joker comes along about 10 years later and kind of takes his story and makes it his own and uses it to rise to power in a more competent way. Either that, or somehow Phoenix's Joker kind of grows into becoming the Joker over time. Somehow he doesn't get stabbed in the face by the people that he runs with because of his incompetence. And eventually, over time, slowly turns into the Joker that we know. Which, in that way, it makes it an unsatisfying origin story because, right, if you're watching Spider-Man and, like, Spider-Man's not really Spider-Man at the end of the film, is it satisfying? I don't think so.
Is Miles Morales really Spider-Man at the end of the film because he jumped off a building?
That's the whole point. He takes down the Kingpin. He is Spider-Man. He gets there. That's the point. He's not there. They duct tape him to a chair. then he escapes and jumps off a building, and then he goes and he helps and he contributes and he's capable and he beats Kingpin by himself, and he's Spider-Man.
I don't know. There's still, I think, a lot to being Spider-Man that just defeating the bad guy isn't. All right, like Spider-Man's always supposed to have this connection with New York City that they try and give that to Miles. Like he's, his dad's a police officer, but he has a very street crew kind of cred to him. Where he's like talking
it's the
to
street
everyone.
version of connection to New York City, as opposed to Parker's, like, I don't know, white version.
Yeah, I don't know. Truthfully, Spider-Man's not high on my list of... Like, I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's still not high on my list of superheroes that I really enjoy.
Okay, let's name another origin story. Captain America. His first movie, he's Captain America at the end. Unquestionably, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
He's doing Captain America things.
Yes, but he was Captain America well into the movie. Like, not just the end.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the origins part of the origin story being the first half, and then we just get to watch them kick butt for half the movie.
My point was, whether or not Miles Morales is or isn't Spider-Man doesn't matter, because the movie ends is still satisfying. Right?
Did you say it is satisfying, or is it satisfying?
It is, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Right. So I just, again, in general, I can't really think of an origin story movie where the character isn't who they are by the end. And in this case, definitely not. He is definitely not Joker by the end of the film. So that was unsatisfying. But again, that's the nature of the Joker. He's unsatisfying. He's weird. He's off-putting. Nobody really understands who he is. And that's kind of part of his power. So in that way, okay, I get what you're doing, writers and directors, but nah. I kind of wanted to see him do some Joker stuff at some point. He just didn't.
Fair enough.
So there you go. So I walked away feeling, I don't know, feeling affected by it. Overall, though, didn't really blow my mind or anything.
Okay.
I guess one thing I do want to say, just to wrap up here, because I've been rambling about this for a while now. But
Yeah.
for a movie about the Joker, who is known for kind of his indiscriminate violence, right? He just murders people for no reason. Everybody that this version of the Joker kills in the film deserves it in some way. They work really hard to be like, everybody that is killed by this dude deserves it on some level.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was an interesting choice. Like, I was totally expecting him to just end up murdering someone totally innocent. Because, again, that's who the Joker is. But they never, ever did. Not even once. Not even, like, at the end. So, I don't know. Don't know. Just felt unsatisfied.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to remember The Dark Knight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is not a movie that I paid particularly good attention to. Yeah, it's okay at best. But
You didn't pay attention to it. How do you know?
because I paid attention to it once, which is how I know I don't like it. But the Joker, like, I'm trying to remember, who does he kill that's strictly speaking innocent? Like, you see him do a lot of murdering to other mob guys, right? Like, he sticks a pencil in his eye and he blows up a hospital that's already been evacuated. You could argue that, like, him letting Two-Face loose with, like, the idea of killing randomly 50-50 and all that stuff, and getting Bruce Wayne's girlfriend killed and whoever else, right? Like, he's, like, a part of that. But I'm just trying to remember, how many, like, straight up innocent people does he kill? Because I don't remember much of the movie, but how much is that?
I'm looking for a list here. Somebody has one, right?
Because in my mind, he's like, he kills indiscriminately, but the people he runs with generally aren't innocent. It's like Batman or other villains are the people that he's nearest generally, or thugs at the very least. Like, he's not someone that hangs out with like kids and teachers.
Yes.
Right.
No, I'm thinking about it, and yes, I do remember him killing a lot of like mafia people or gang members or even people that are just crooked, like Lau, the guy who's laundering all the money and stuff.
The accountant kind of guy.
Yes. Yeah. He ends up dead. But again, he's not squeaky clean either.
No.
Where is my list? Ooh.
I mean, he plants bombs on the boats, but they don't go off. So
It's true.
yeah. What about like the parade scene? I'm trying to remember that. Doesn't like guns open fire on the crowd or something?
Yeah. It's the funeral for Gordon. They faked his death, right?
Right.
And then there's a 21 gun salute, and he's in there, and he just like, does he just fire into the crowd?
Here's the thing. I can never remember that scene because some idiot on Facebook was like making fun of like, oh, it's the Joker without his makeup, and someone who didn't really get it that is the Joker without his makeup in that scene. It was like, how dare you disrespect our officers, right? Like, took it literally, and now I can't like get that. Those two things are intertwined permanently in my brain.
Yeah, that does seem like a problem.
Yeah,
I'd have to watch that again. Oh, there's the dude. Okay. So he steals the semi truck.
Gonna need a little more.
What is it? He's in the semi truck. They're in traffic. Like, the driver of the truck is honking, and then someone comes over and is like, "Hey, you gotta wait like the rest of us." And the Joker pops out from behind the dude and shoots him in the face.
Okay.
You don't remember this? I'm
Nope.
barely remembering this. It's been a while. But there's that one. I'll take that one. I'm just saying. There's at least
Okay.
one.
And there's at least one, but like even at the start of the movie in the bank heist, he rigs it up so they all murder each other, and then he kills the last one. Right?
Yes.
It's like he's
Yeah.
mostly killing other crooks.
Yep. You're absolutely right. A lot of killing other crooks. Anyway, that's Joker. It was fine. I don't know if you heard about this in Australian media, but the US media was like, is there going to be a mass shooting at the Joker movie? Because all of these loner people that identify with the Joker are going to be there. It's just like, okay, look, guys, calm down. No is the answer. It did not happen, but thanks anyway for trying to incite a panic.
There was some worry I saw because there was a shooting for The Dark Knight, like at a movie theater somewhere.
In 2008, right?
Yes, and so they thought, because it's the same character, there might be a repeat on the themes and events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it didn't happen. Good job, America. Good job, the rest of the world. No mass shootings at Joker screenings thus far, knock on wood. That did not sound like wood.
It's my desk. Does it not sound like wood?
That's wood. You hear that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of wood. What if does a book count as wood?
A book does not count as wood. It is paper.
But paper is wood.
Is it though?
Yeah. And what is wood? Wood is carbon. We are carbon-based life forms. I'm just gonna, there you go.
All right. I guess. Sure.
Counts.
Loopholed. All right. Anyway, good stuff. Oh, I was thinking today, I was like, dang it, I still haven't watched that episode of that one anime that Somicron wants me to watch.
Not once. Requires.
Right. Requires me to watch based on the bet that we made, which is fair.
Uh-huh.
So I think what I'll do is I'll probably just watch it after the pod and send you the results, and then we can. What are we
Move
gonna
on
do
from
with
this
it?
dark times. I'll post it somewhere,
Okay,
and then I'll link it everywhere.
sounds reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely fair, considering how much I wanted people to hear you seeing a whole new world. So, got it. Blorp, 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 blorp,
Blorp.
blorp.
All right.
Let's
enough
see.
blorp.
My Hero Academia is back.
Sort of.
What? Not in your country?
No, it's back. It's just the first episode was like a recap, and it's like, okay. Oh, I gotta wait till next week to show me something new.
The first episode, yeah. I was a little disappointed. I'm like, guys, it's season 4. Do we really need a recap of every single person in Class 1A and their powers?
Oh,
no.
absolutely.
I was having this discussion with somebody at work, and we both agreed that we could lose about half of Class 1A and be fine with it.
You could.
We were going through the list, and I was like, elbow tape guy, tail guy, Mineta guy who talks to animals, electricity dude. Like,
Nah, you can't
the
get
list
rid of
goes
Denki.
on and on. Invisible girl.
Nope. She's required.
He doesn't do anything. Naval laser guy.
Yeah, he can go.
I don't know who this is. That tail guy? I don't even know who those people's faces are. Like, I'm looking at the list. I'm not sure. Not sure which one this is, to be honest. That's not a good sign for you, dude.
Okay.
Like, here's who we can keep: Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, Tsui,
Asui.
Ida, and is that it? I think that's all that I care about. That's only 5. That's
What
not
about
great.
Ochako?
Boring.
No.
She exists to crush on Deku, man.
And that's required for the story.
Whatever. We can
What
fold it
about
into another character.
Tokiyami?
Tsui can start crushing on Deku. End of story. We got it. Ooh, hang on. Dark Shadow guy. He's in. He has a cool power.
Oh, so it's based on whether or not you think their powers are cool, not whether
That's
or not
all.
you think they're interesting. Okay.
Well, I mean, honestly, Ida's power sucks, but he's interesting enough. I like to keep him around. I like him freaking out over the tiny bit of responsibility that he has. It makes me laugh every time.
Okay.
So 6. I'm gonna go 6.
The reason why you need such a large class of 18
Okay.
is because you want it to feel like a school. Not everyone is interesting in a school. If you make the number smaller, it makes it sound too specialist and elite.
It is specialist and elite. This is
Yeah.
the most
Yes.
promising group of young quirk people in the world. Well, in the country.
In the country at that age, attending that
Yeah.
school where 80%
Yes.
of the population, like, if you want the scale of quirk users to feel like 80%, you need to have standardized classroom sizes.
No, I don't care. Some of these powers suck. What is elbow tape guy gonna do to save people? Honestly, give me a break.
you see him do stuff in the like quirk assessments and stuff, and he nearly throws freaking Todoroki out of the ring in the tournament arc, season 2. Right? It's like it.
He nearly did something. Good job, tape elbow guy.
Yeah, he nearly did something, but. Right, that's why it helps with the feel of it being a regular school. Not everyone is going to be the best at something or needs to be the best. Like you cut it down to just the most capable and most, like for the most part, most capable, excluding like tenure and maybe Yasui, but the most capable combat quirk users, and that's not what they want the world to feel like. It's a leaning towards combat power is equal to your rating as a hero. There are other benefits and uses. Like,
okay, name a top 10 hero in the world right now that sucks in combat.
The guy that's basically a fish.
Guy who's a fish.
Yeah. Basically the guy that can control air, and Todoroki made that like fire tornado, and he just like was like, thank God I had this bottle of water, and pours it on himself so he doesn't die. Right? That he would be terrible at combat.
So I found a list.
Gang Orca, Chain Gang Orca or something. Gang Boss Orca.
Oh, whale dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like great at fighting underwater at least. That counts.
Right, but he's not always going to be underwater.
Okay, fine, but tape elbow guy sucks everywhere. He doesn't have an ideal place to fight.
He doesn't have to fight. He can be a hero elsewhere. Right? He can be a rescue hero. Like the Void chick who gets like accidentally voids herself to death or something, is in hospital in the first season. Right? She basically wears like a NASA astronaut suit the entire time. She
opens up black holes that suck bad people into them. That's pretty good in combat.
It's pretty good, but she uses it twice, and the second time she nearly rips herself in half. It's not that great, but she mainly operates as a rescue hero moving debris.
Yes, but in a fight, she's not utterly useless.
No, and neither's Tape Guy.
He is too!
He is not. He has great mobility. He can get around like just about nobody else. In the quirk assessments, he nearly beats Deku after they come back from their like mentor training. In fact, he does beat Deku. The only reason why he doesn't though is because Deku slips, right?
Also, Deku can't use his power without murdering himself. So
No,
this
is after that.
Oh,
This is after he gets control from the old dude.
there's an after that?
Yes.
I don't trust it. I don't trust that he's figured this out. That's all I'm saying.
No, he finally realizes that he can't train by like turning it on for a brief moment. He needs to hold it and sustain the power and then move. Right? Like think of the microwave and the egg, and he realizes it needs to spin.
Right?
Right? And then they go back to school and they like do these quirk assessments again, and he's like turning on his power and running. And jumping around and flipping all over the place.
And he learned how to use his legs, too. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was my favorite realization. It's like, hold on. I don't always need to punch things. I can kick them, too? I was like, bless your heart, little Deku. You're so adorably stupid sometimes. Good times. All right, fine. Maybe Tape Guy is not entirely useless. But I just don't care about him as a human being.
That's fine. I'm not saying you have to care about him.
Okay, great. I'm
What
just
about
saying.
Soji?
Looking at the
Duplo arm
list.
guy. He can create ears out of his arms and shit.
Nope, he's out too.
Okay. Fine.
Yep. It's not great. It's not great. Anyway, the one thing I liked about the first episode was the reversal. Every time you see a journalist, especially like a freelance hotshot journalist that always gets the scoop, like for him to show up and do 4 minutes of investigation and figure out it's Deku and then just be like, oh, I just needed to know for myself that we actually have hope as a society. So thanks, man. Appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Bye. I was like, whoa, I thought for sure Deku was going to get exposed and he was going to be in danger. Nope. Totally did not expect that ending.
I mean, I don't know. I could see it easily going both ways.
Oh. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, that's the trope, right? You have the journalist, and they always get the scoop. Consequences be damned. They do whatever they want, no matter who gets hurt.
Right, but this is My Hero Academia. If they're not an explicit villain, they're actually a good person.
If you haven't dedicated your life to evil, you're a good person.
Am I wrong?
No. Well,
The only
I don't
person
know.
who you can
Endeavor's
maybe
not
make
a good person.
Yeah, Endeavor. He's not a good person, but he's also he's the one like gray area, but not right.
What do you mean not?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he's a good person, but he still saves people. It's a gray area, but I still wouldn't call him a good person.
No, I don't
So
think
he's
he
not
would.
he's not evil, but he's not good.
Right. He's not going around intentionally murdering people and causing destruction.
As far as
True
we are
fact.
aware.
What?
As far as we are aware.
He's huge and he's on fire. Like, how's he gonna sneak around murdering people?
Well,
If
simple.
he's doing it, we know.
He can put his fire out.
Can
doesn't
he?
ha- Shoto can, so I assume he can.
He always has his fire mustache going, and it always makes me laugh.
Right, but
I
there
just assumed he can't turn it off, or he would.
No, we see him in flashbacks where he when he's training Shoto, he has less of a fire mustache. He tones it down.
He's still like 6.5 feet tall, though. He's a big dude.
Yeah, but
I'm
he
just
could
saying.
he
If
could.
he
I
was
don't know.
wandering around setting stuff on fire, people would notice. That's
He
it.
doesn't have to set stuff on fire. He could just turn people to ash. He could literally incinerate someone and watch the evidence flow away with the breeze.
Yeah,
Right?
but like, what? Do you lure people into a room and then kill them there? Do you have other people kidnap them for you? How does this work?
Either both, multiple ways. Like he could just be a hero out at night because he's a hero and find someone in the street and just be like, "Bye."
All right. That'd actually be an interesting twist if it turned out he was a secret villain the whole time. I mean, it'd be kind of stupid obvious, but it'd be a little bit interesting.
Or maybe he's a villain hiding as a hero. He's been killing random people and claiming they were villains.
Ooh, that's even better. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Although it is more interesting if he's just a total dick, but at the same time, he's just all he does is help people and drive them insane. But that's another thing. So anyway, I mean, what the journalist did too is really show how incredibly easy it is to show and prove the Deku relationship with All Might. They're just standing outside on the porch, talking about being his successor and all this stuff. It's like, look, guys, is there an inside room you can go to? Can you go somewhere? Or maybe someone just walking past can't hear this conversation and report it to somebody else. It's not that hard, guys.
I mean, I feel like they're at the dorms. I really don't think the photo that a journalist could get where it's just Deku and All Might in Deku's bedroom is a better, photo to have. I would rather someone overhear a conversation of, him being his successor than being like, "Hey, Deku, let's go up to your bedroom." Right?
I guess. I don't know.
It's a student-teacher relationship. Outside is always better.
Yeah. I guess, okay, go to the teacher break room? I don't know. There's options. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, but if you just, bump into him on the side of the road, what are they going to do? Right? Because...
Be like, hey, Teach, how's it going? Not that hard.
Yeah, okay.
How about you don't have conversations about the future of your powers?
But it's
in
the first
public?
episode. They need to have that conversation to remind people what's happening.
I know, but I'm just saying location, location, location. And I mean, the fact that Deku literally can't even come up with any kind of a lie or even try to lie to this journalist dude is hilarious. The journalist is like, oh, you're so cute. You can't even try to lie to me. That's so adorable. Because he can't. And it all just rolls back into the better you are as a human being, the stupider you are. All Might, not the brightest bulb on the tree. Same thing with Deku. So, sure. The fact that they're not hiding is probably because they're incapable of it. Didn't even think about it. And maybe he's going to come back to bite him at some point. I don't know.
I mean... All Might had been hiding Small Might for years. right? The fact that he wasn't always like a 7 foot tall demigod, right? He had been hiding that successfully to the point where in the first episode of season 1, he walks out of a convenience store, powers up, and nobody notices.
That I always found that to be unbelievable. Like nobody saw this happen. Yeah. There are some problems with the universe here.
He's clearly capable of hiding.
All right, fine. Maybe he is. Just not doing a good job of it is all.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah. Boy, did nothing happen in that episode other than a tiny little journalist subplot which didn't have any bearing on anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like you said, kind of back. Not really.
Yeah, next week. And then apparently week 3, they're on break anyway. Like week 3 is going to be like, skipping an episode this week, sorry.
What? But
Yeah.
2 episodes? All right, cool. That's fine. You guys work hard, I guess.
I'm sure there's a perfectly good reason for it.
I'm sure there is. Blurp. Anyway. So good. My Hero Academia is back. We're all pleased as punch that's happening. So much TV is back, though. Letterkenny's coming back soon. Happy about that.
Sure.
Mr. Robot is back. I haven't watched any of those episodes, but I definitely need to.
Sure.
And I watched the first couple episodes of there we go. I missed the first couple episodes or I watched the first couple episodes of Demon Slayer. Have you heard of this one?
I have heard of it.
Yeah.
It's not dubbed, so I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're one of those people. Anyway, yeah, I've been watching it on Crunchyroll. It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if this is the new thing, but man, it moves fast. Like within the first 2 episodes, we do the big thing, and then we react to the big thing, and then we meet the person, then we do the things, and then he's gone, and then this is happening. It's just like, go, 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 go. We don't have any time at all to do this story. We got to get going or we're going to lose it. Which I appreciate. I mean, I really appreciate getting a move on here. Like, My Hero Academia is, by comparison, glacially slow with its story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, there's a reason for that. So they can sell more manga copies, because Shonen Jump is one of those publishers that's like, we're going to turn this into an anime, and it's going to have 1,000 episodes. You're welcome.
Exactly.
Yeah. See One Piece. See Naruto.
Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Again, probably just a different publisher for the other ones, but yeah, Demon Slayer, Fire Force, just go, go, go. Zip, zip, zip. We're doing stuff. I like it. I appreciate it.
You should absolutely watch Demon Slayer. Not Demon Slayer. You are watching Demon Slayer. Goblin Slayer. You can see
Goblin Slayer and
Yes.
Demon Slayer, but
Yes.
they sound so similar.
They do.
Oh.
They do sound similar, but I don't have no idea if they're even remotely the same in theme.
Demon Slayer is about slaying demons,
Okay.
which are basically zombies. Does that help?
I mean, Goblin Slayer is about slaying goblins that are basically subhumans.
Subhumans?
Well, yeah, because, you know, they're bipedal, vaguely human-shaped.
Sounds racist.
Speciest, actually.
Yeah, sure. Blah, 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 blah. Reading stuff. He's an adventurer. He's killed a lot of goblins.
He's sort of, like, obsessed with it. He spends every waking moment thinking of how he can more creatively kill goblins.
Did they murder his family or something?
Essentially, yes.
That would do it. Yeah, that's usually how this goes.
Yeah. It's very good. That's all I'll say.
How many episodes are there?
1 season of 24, I think.
Oh, that's not bad. To the Crunchyroll. Let's see if I have it.
It'll be on there. Guarantee it.
You think? Really?
Yeah, because Crunchyroll snubbed it for an award, but it was on there.
Wait, it didn't even, like, nominate it?
Yeah. Because it has 2 adult themes, or themes that are too adult to be grammatically correct.
Crunchyroll is not into adult themes? I didn't know that.
Not giving out awards for
Oh, we're not going to reward you for boobies, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Something like along those lines.
All right, cool.
Funimation
So
is
I
not
added it to
loading
my
at the
list.
moment.
Yeah, it is on Crunchyroll, so it's there. So what do we have on Crunchyroll these days? Attack on Titan, Mob Psycho, Fire Force, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and Goblin Slayer. This list is getting long.
You can drop Demon Slayer for a bit. That's fine. Because I won't
It's
watch
true.
it anytime soon. So we can't talk about it. So you can drop it. It's fine. Same with Letterkenny. We can stop talking about that because I won't watch it anytime soon. Just stop watching, okay? Be fine.
I didn't even talk about Letterkenny. I just said it's back. Jeez. But now that you brought it back up,
Oh, okay. What do you want to say about it? Is it good?
it's good. I just want to say, I don't know if it's recency bias or what, but I'm seeing a lot of comments on Reddit that devolve into Letterkenny quotation trains, which is fantastic. There's a character named Shorzy on the show, and he just exists to insult everybody else. Basically, the core theme of Shorzy's insults are, I'm sleeping with your mom, and she's annoying. Like, she likes it so much she's annoying me, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good core insult to roll with.
Right.
But what I like about it, it's not just copy paste. Like, you don't just take an existing Shorzy rant and throw it into Reddit. You actually adjust the rant to be yours and relating to the topic at hand. It impresses me. It's really shown some good examples of writing out on Reddit recently, and I am always happy to give those upvotes. So that's all.
Okay. I did, I don't know, I'd say it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I did see a 3-minute clip from Letterkenny that I thought was hysterical. So you've probably seen it because you've seen the show.
Yep.
But
What is it?
I just sent you a link.
Oh. I'm run on streamer mode, so
You're on
I
streamer
don't hear
mode.
I don't hear the boops.
Gotta have the boobs. The boops and the bops and the beeps.
Oh, they're so distracting. I'm in like 9 servers.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
I
this
have-
is what the whole show is, man. This is all this show is this.
I have 11 servers.
Huh?
I have 11 servers, and it's not distracting.
Okay. Well, my servers are alive and not dead, so.
Fuck you.
I run on streamer mode because I will forget to put on streamer mode when I'm casting, and then I'll be in the middle of a cast and it'll go bloop, and I'm like, no, because 4 people will say you should mute Discord when you're casting. Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think there was like it would be great if you could manually tell it when Shadowplay is recording to just turn on streamer mode.
That'd be cool. It knows when I'm streaming to Twitch.
Yes, because it can recognize OBS.
Yes, but it should
So-
also recognize Shadowplay. I agree.
The alternative here is you just start using OBS to record your streams, your videos.
No
Why-
thanks.
What's wrong with OBS for recording? Like, what's
All
the
I
difference?
ever hear about from people who use OBS is how much it sucks and problems they run into. I'm good.
Okay. You use it for streaming.
Yeah.
If it was like, it's got so many problems, never use it. Why are you using it?
No, for recording. For streaming, it's fine.
Well, I've
talking about
literally
for
never had a
recording.
problem with it recording.
Okay. It's fine. Totally fine.
Yep.
It's fine, Somicron. It's fine.
It's fine, is it? Tell me it's okay.
Yeah.
Tell me it's
So
all gonna
hold
be
on.
okay.
So you watched this 3-minute clip of Letterkenny, which again is literally the entire show is this way, and you have no interest in watching Letterkenny.
Yeah.
How do you decide to watch things? It's obviously not by sampling it and enjoying what you sampled.
Correct.
Okay.
The thing is, I feel like I already watched too much, right?
Oh.
And so,
Because it's
if I-
like 8,000 words in 3 minutes.
what do you mean? No.
You just talk really fast. There's a lot to absorb. I agree.
The speed is not a problem for me. I
Oh.
can keep up,
Oh,
right?
okay.
It's just like I feel like I already watched too much, and I would need to start cutting some other things. And live action TV has a much higher bar for me to be interested in it than the anime that I'm watching, right? Because
Okay.
I'll pick up a new anime like the moment one stops. But
Yeah.
if
you're
I
just
stop
like,
2 anime, I won't pick up like a live action TV show. It just won't happen because most of the live action TV shows, I don't know, there's something about them that's just like this is harder to watch for some reason. And it's like I do watch live action things, like I watch streams and I watch the VODs of like Critical Role, and it's like, okay, that's a 4-hour weekly commitment to like keep up with this show. I could cut that and pick up 4 TV shows, but I want to watch that more than I want to watch Letterkenny.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah,
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. It is good. It's so good. Oh, Letterkenny. So quotable, too.
Supposedly.
I also started watching Ozark on the Netflix.
You mentioned this.
Yeah. So I watched the first, 10 minutes of the first episodes and said I don't like it. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, that's not fair. So I got through the first episode and watched the second episode, and now I'm like, okay, I'm more interested. We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
That's all. What I like about it especially is it kind of gives you a perspective of what is going on when you first meet these characters, but they don't really tell you everything that's happening. And then over time, they're like, hey, by the way, you made this assumption wrong. Here's what's actually going on. And I'm like, oh, that changes all of the things. So I've been appreciating that. It's turned into a better story than I thought it was.
Fair enough.
Sneakily. Like, I don't know why you just don't say your story at the beginning, but whatever. You can be sneaky if you want TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe some people like the sneak.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it was, I don't know. It wasn't really a plot twist. I guess it's technically a plot twist, though. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it counts or not. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Do we have any StarCraft 2 betting to do?
I don't think so. Don't make me type words.
We have our groups for the BlizzCons.
Do we?
Yes. Because remember last time we were like, there's all this to be announced stuff? Oh, hold on. It does show to be announced stuff.
Okay.
Where did I see there were... But all the names are here. We have the Korea's final standings. Why haven't they updated the groups? I'm going to do it.
No, the reason why I don't think they've done it yet is because they're still waiting for people to, like, confirm that they have their travel papers in order.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Can they get a visa to come to the United States for a week?
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, fine.
Which is why we're
Cool.
holding off.
We'll do that later. You know what's funny, too, is remember how I added the... where is this? I added the note about Denver, that he was named after Denver the last dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. Did somebody remove that?
No. I went and I checked the page the other day, and I was like, it's not in there. That's weird. I was like, did somebody delete it? So I checked the page history, and it was like waiting for approval. I was like, it's been a month. What the heck? How long does it take them to figure this
it's
out?
there. It says it's there now.
Is it there now? Oh, good.
Yep. Chose his name because of Denver the Last Dinosaur, an American-French animated series produced by World Events Productions.
That's it.
Yep.
Oh, good. They did approve my edit in the last week or so. Fantastic. I feel better now.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised for them to be like, oh, yeah, prove it. And I'm like, well, it was a discussion in a BattleNet chat, so it's not exactly anything we recorded or nothing I can prove entirely, but if you ask him, he'll tell you.
I swear it's true. Just take my word.
I promise. Well, no, don't take my word. Ask him. Like, send him an email. I don't know. Who's in charge of Wikipedia? How much power do they have? So good.
All right.
Thanks, Wikipedia. You're the best. Also, we'll be back for the BlizzCon stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, knowing our luck, that'll come out tomorrow.
I know, right?
Just like last week when, we finished recording, we went to bed, woke up, and there was new patch notes.
Yeah, they do that sometimes to us.
I feel like they do that a lot to us.
We should record on Tuesdays.
It is Tuesday.
You know what I mean.
We can record on Tuesdays if you want. I don't mind.
It's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Doesn't happen enough that I want to change.
It happened literally the last Tuesday. Set up patch notes.
It's true. It probably will forever, but whatever. It's fine. Everything is Q. All right. So what episode of Keijo am I supposed to watch here? Is there a particular one?
I just said like the first one. Just start at the first one. I don't want you to get
Sense.
confused by the story. So.
Right. If I spend the whole time being like, who's this? What are they talking about? That's not as fun.
Right. And because if I was to recommend further in episodes, I'd want to make sure that would require me to watch the show.
Fair point. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
No.
No.
Yeah. I value my time a little bit more than that.
Excellent. Good to know.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm going to bring back the sports ball minute when the NBA comes back. Just be aware of that. It's October 22nd.
Yep. You'll definitely bring that back, and I definitely won't cut it.
Nope. Not even once.
Not even ever.
Nope.
Never ever. Yep. It'll be right there in the scrap heap.
All of the... Wait, what?
Nothing. Never mind. Move.
For all of the sports ball fans that follow this podcast, all 2 of them.
Two might be overstepping.
I mean, Copenhagen Das likes the sports ball. And there's gotta be somebody else who listens to the ball that is also into sports ball.
Like I
Come
said,
on.
it's overstepping to say 2, but 1 might be accurate. It's Copenhagen Das.
Fine. Send me an email to falconpaladin@gmail.com if you watch the sports ball, because I need to know these things. If it literally is just Copenhagen Das, I'll just do my own sports minute for him and send it to him personally every week.
That's funny.
I think he'd appreciate that.
Just to be clear, when we say sports ball, we mean anything that's not esports. So it could be sports park or sports car, right?
I don't care about those, though. I don't really care about sports ball.
But no. But you want those people on your side to inflate your numbers as a reason so you can keep sports ball corner or minute or whatever we're calling it.
No, not really, because they never talk about hockey.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
When-
I'm not
when I-
artificially inflating my numbers here. Jeez.
When I say sports ball, it could be anything that's not esports. Literally anything.
We should call it something else then, because clearly there is no ball in hockey.
Well, no, but we say sports ball, but it could mean soccer, NBA, football, rugby. Like, it already covers a broad enough terms that just including all the rest isn't a big deal. It's not a measurable increase in its range of coverage.
I don't agree, but I can agree to disagree.
Well, when I say I would cut a sports ball corner, if you're like, fine, I'll talk about F1, I'm still cutting that other than a sports ball. Just so you're aware.
Okay, I'm aware. Officially aware. Bruh. All right. Is there anything else?
You already asked that.
Well, I said anything else.
Oh, anything else? Oof. No.
Cool. All right, good. And that will be it from us this week. Thank you so much for joining us on the Falcon Paladin Hour. Feel free to check out the merch store as well as the Patreon page for the podcast. If you feel like supporting the pod directly, you can do it that way. And until next time, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for spending your time with us. And you take care of yourself.